Very welcome to our practice. Uh, the introduction and practice of cultural standing asana. Um, that is the topic we are covering right now. And to understand a very basic understanding about all the asanas, especially cultural. The definition of asana, as per a great sage Patanjali, is Isthiram Sukham Asanam, a comfortable, stable state of our physical form. So whatever asana we are performing, we need to be comfortable and stable into it. Using our techniques and doing, that's how the energy can flow and we can get best benefits out of it. So let's start this introduction and practice of cultural standing asana. The very first asana we'll use is Tadasana. So we are standing in Tadasana. To begin in Tadasana, we need to be in Sama Sthiti. The first of all, so feet slightly apart, spreading your toes to prepare and get into this pose. Shift your weight slightly forward on the toes and feel which muscles are being engaging in front part of our body. Then slowly coming to the center and shifting to the back part of our body. So weight goes to the heels a bit. And observe which muscles are engaged in the back side of the body. Then coming to the neutral position and trying to softly engage the muscles we just utilized in front part of the body and the back part of the body. So using that awareness, grounding our feet, spreading the toes and soften them. Feeling all four knuckles, the base of the great toe, the base of the little toe, outer edge of the heels and the inner edge of the heels. The four corners on that we place our feet. So really feel it right now. And then softly engage our shin bones slightly as we're trying to engage and lift the kneecaps, the lower leg engage, and getting our thighs softly engaged. So we are having awareness of our legs, that's we're standing on them. Then lower abdomen goes slightly in, traditionally called mool bandh, taking our groin muscle slightly in and up. Tailbone goes slightly down to lengthen the spine, belly in, lifting the chest slightly up. Shoulders back and down and back of the neck long. Standing tall, arms by the side of the body. So from outside, if we look at, looks like just a standing, but it's a lot going on inside. The muscles of the legs, arms, torso, and the head are engaged and still we are aware of them. And when we are engaging them, we are controlling them in a very gentle way. So we found a comfortable, stable, standing position. Samayasthiti means a state of equilibrium. Maintaining that. Step 2, arms can go up. And as arms goes up, we stretches arms, shoulders soft, standing tall in the same position. One option of Tadasana, one can come on the toes and stretch up as high you can on the toes, stretching. One variation of Tadasana, stretching really up, lengthening, opening up the whole body. Another heels down and same stretches stays up. Another option, one can bend the knees, shoulders soft, with engage if any back problem. Otherwise, lengthening and stretching up with the arms. And slowly down the arms by the side of the body. So this was our simple and very effective pose named Tadasana. the benefits. It really brings our whole body in alignment, in a shape. Normally, we are not aware about different parts, different angles, different shapes, and but as we engage one by one and get stretched and open up, we become aware of our correct posture. So it aligns our posture. It removes uh, the habits what we have developed with the time of postural deformity. So it brings its alignment. Also, as we stretches up, it brings the space in our lungs and increases the lung capacity. It's good for our lungs as well. With that stretches, and we stretches help to the side of the body. As it stretches, it helps to strengthen and better functioning of our kidneys, and then the urinary bladder gets supports with that into it. So great benefits of the Tadasana. The second posture to practice is Vrikshasana. Vrikshasana, also called Dhruvasana in some tradition. So great practitioner, yogi Dhruva, the son of Prahalada. He is standing in one pose with the one leg standing. For long, he did the penance so that on the name of Dhruva, this asana also comes. So let's practice this. First, standing first and feeling a good balance. Gently shift the weight to the left leg. Lift your right foot and place the root of the right heel to the root of the left thigh, pressing it into your thigh. Pressing down to the mat, push your right knee slightly back so that aligns one shape of the body. And then feeling the sense of balance on the left foot, bringing your palms together in your chest, standing tall, shoulders slightly back. Option one. Option two, one can stretch your arms slightly above the head as far easy for you to do that. Or again, palms into your chest, can maintain the balance and slowly relaxing the arms and relaxing your right leg. Repeating the same practice on the other leg. So shifting the weight slightly to the right foot, having the sense of the balance, bringing the root of the left heel of the foot to the top of the right thigh, pressing slightly to thigh, push the left knee back, standing tall, ground the right foot. Option one, palms into the chest, lift the chest, shoulders back and down, standing tall. And option two, you may stretch your arms up as far easy for you. Whatever works, balancing as long you can, then slowly, with the sense of balance and connection to your whole body, simply slowly coming down, just relaxing in that state. Great benefits. Again, the very first thing, as we are trying to balance on one side and then on the other side, when we go to the one leg, it asks us to give a spatial attention. And always I request attention without any tension. So tension without any tension, and that holds our focus. So it develops a focus, and then it develops a balance into our body. As well, the nervous system, which function to control the messages, afferent, afferent, sensory, motor, it helps to develop that into a better form. And with the balance and focus as we learn into this, it strengthens the leg muscles, very basic, along with the sense of balance. Great benefits of the Dhruvasana or the Vrikshasana. The next practice we'll do of our standing cultural asana is Utkat asana, a few variations of that. Let's practice it. Again, coming to a standing position where feet are slightly apart, spreading the toes, ground the feet. Again, shift the weight slight forward, a neutral position, slide backward, a neutral position, feeling the muscles of the front and the back of our body and engaging them softly. Standing tall, shoulders back and down by the side of the body, back of the neck long. Rising your arms up, stretching, and softly bending your knees. As you bend the knees, push the knees slight forward so that knees not going forward than the level of the toes. If you could do so, push the knees slight back and lower the sit bone down as far easy. Shoulders stay soft, back of the neck long, arms are straight. Option one of the Utkatasana, which is being done often, legs are aligned from the toes to knees to hips. Option one, this really strengthen. And option two, one can make the feet slide apart as wider than the hips, and one can go slowly all the way sitting on our heels. Hands can be on any position. This is the second variation of the Utkatasana. And third variation, one can lift the heels and balancing on the toes. As these asana are being used, these two variations of this asana for all the cleansing techniques when we are doing in that Utkatasana. As well are this position of the Utkatasana, which helps a lot in many things. So let's come to the benefits of this amazing pose. It balances and strengthens the leg muscles, first of all, as we choose to strengthen and balances our legs at this position. Then, as we really engage the whole body together, and along with that, we softly ground it and strengthen the lower back muscles, especially and the half standing or all the way sitting also. It softens the lower back muscle. So if anyone have a lower back problem, like even intense state like a slip disc, so it helps to push it back into the position. So it's really good for them as well, the Utkatasana. And strengthen the legs, align the body, and it really grounds it into the shape. So that is the benefits of our Utkatasana. The next one, we are doing the Prasarit Padottanasana or Dvikona Asana. In that, we make our legs a little wide apart. And legs are spread to the side as much if we spread our arms. So if our wrist, we can watch our wrist is just above the ankles. So the ankles are right below the wrist, that wide legs. Toes pointing forward, the step one, palms at the waist. Engage your legs, pull the kneecaps up into the thigh, lifting the chest slightly, draw the belly in. Palm stays on to the waist, push your palms to thighs and lengthen the spine, come forward. As slowly coming forward, pushing the palms to your thighs, and slightly lower the head down. And as far as you can bring the head down, bring it. Uttan means forward bend here coming. There are a few options. One option is just keeping the palms in this position and head goes as far as easy for you to be down towards the mat. Depending on the length of the torso, somebody might be able to touch the head or somebody not. So depending on that. Option two, you may place your palms on the line of the legs. And you perform it as far easy. Another option, you may catch your great toes or your foot here and pull the elbows up, shoulders stays wide, and you might bring your head with the help of that towards the mat. Another option, one may interlace the fingers in the back and stretching your arms as far easy works for you. Performing any option, whichever makes you feel aligned with most. Most importantly, in all asanas, your breathing need to be smooth, deep, and long. And gently rising up and coming up with your time, slowly returning in from the pose. Many benefits again of this pose. It stretches our legs, it opens our hips, it gives the freedom to the spine and a good circulation to the head. So when it lengthens and free the spine, and again, very beneficial for the spine. It opens the shoulders if you use that variation. It strengthens our legs and stretches the legs. All the organs into your stomach and chest area, and as the circulation goes towards the head or nervous system, our brain get good circulation. Our eyesight become better as the circulation goes to the head and the eye muscles. The problems of the ear, nose, and throat get healed. In case if we are having any problems of the head and neck, then we have to be careful performing carefully this asana. So this was our Prasarit Padattanasana or Dvikona Asana. Next practice. The next practice is Garudasana. For the Garudasana, again, a balancing pose. First of all, we have to take a few breaths and stand freely. And that standing shape, find a sense of balance. Then simply shift the weight to your one leg, let's say the left leg, and option one, we can simply cross the right leg over the left. And you can just stand if it's hard for you to balance more, and you can simply just bend the knees and stay in this position. And for the palms, if it's really hard, you can simply use the palms together and balance. If it's easy to be balanced, you can lift the toes. Second option. If you're going further and happening to us the asana, so we can wrap the right leg over the left. As we're standing on the left leg, bring your left arm in front. And right arm from under, simply come together. You're trying to lift your elbow slightly up, lower the sit bone down, and stretching arm and balancing as far easy for you. Hold as long you can, and then slowly releasing. Relaxing the legs and arms a bit. And repeating the same practice on the other side. Right leg, bend slightly, cross over by the left leg, option one. If it's hard, simply palms together. If one can go further, can try to wrap your left leg over the right. As you're standing on your right leg, bring in your right arm forward, left arm under to go wrap and catch. Breathe and balance. And when it's hard, easily coming back. Gently relaxing your legs and arms. It's a very effective posture and many things, and helps us to stretch and strengthen the legs and arms. A sense of balance comes into us. As it kind of twisting and balancing your waist area and hips, even in the sciatic problems, this could support. As it crosses the legs, and it gives stabilizing connection to your genital area, and even hydrocele problem like can be healed by this practice. And on top of all of that, the purpose of all asanas, the hatha yoga, the kundalini energy, the ida and pingala balances and energy comes into it. So all these benefits really gives inspiration to us to practice such traditional asanas. Next practice, Parshva Konasana. Simply, we make the legs wide apart, and this time we make them wide as far as our elbows. Our elbows above the ankles, our ankles are below the elbows. That wide we need to make our legs. Then simply pointing the right toes to side and left toes inward, like a walking stance. Push your right hip back, left hip forward so that your hip becomes really aligned. A few options here. One can simply catch your elbows behind the back. Or if it's easy, then trying to bring a namaste position of the palms at our back. Lifting the chest. Push the right hip back, left hip forward. Lengthen spine, go forward as far easy for you. Pull the kneecap up, lengthen the spine, and slowly keep going. As you go down, lifting your elbows with balance, reaching as far as you can go with this stable position. Breathe natural, be stable. Stay a few breaths and then gently returning back up. Turning the right toes in and the left toes out, repeating the same practice to other side. Just stop, right hip forward, left hip back. Lift the knees up on your thighs with the lengthened spine, slowly going forward. As for easy and your body allows, keep going for it. Lengthen spine, reach forward and down. Breathe and connect. And slowly with inhale, coming up, left toes in, and relax. Bringing gently the legs back. A very nice asana. Parshva Kona Asana. A side stretch pose. We turn to side and really stretch as it really frees our make our neck free and make our spine free, open our shoulders, stabilizes the legs and gives us a great state within us. The openness, the connection with ourselves, with balance and stretching, it supports and create a clarity within us. This was our Parshvakonasana. The next practice is Trikonasana. Simple practice. In this, we make our legs wide again as far our arms can go. And the ankles are right below our wrist joint. Wrist joint is just above the ankles, that far. Left toes turn and the right toes goes out. Push the left hip slightly down, right hip slightly up so that hips are balanced. Then stretching arms to side, long spine. Lengthen your torso to the right side. Really lengthening from the right hip to the right armpit. And slowly lowering the right palm to shin or ankle. Option 1. Option 2, reaching the ankle. Option 3, right palm behind the foot. And in this position, you lengthen your spine really from the tailbone to the top of the head. There's a one line. Shifting your torso slightly back so that the torso is aligned with our legs, neither leaning much forward, staying there. Inhaling, slowly coming back, turning the right toes in and the left toes out. Keep lengthening, standing tall and shift the weight to the side. And left palm slowly goes down to the left ankle, foot, or behind the foot. Lengthen spine, stretching the arms wide. You may look down if it's hard to balance, or the best position is to look up to the right palm. Torso shifts back, standing tall, from the legs to hips, and the spine from the tailbone to the head become really long. Breathe and be present. Gentle look down and coming back to the standing position. Returning back slowly. Trikonasana. As we are trying to balance again, it really helps into the nervous system to balance and stabilizes it in our legs. Strengthen it, open the torso, create the space in our chest as we press the sides. It helps to give a better digestion system. Works, and one can have a sense of good appetite with that. So these are a few nice benefits of our Trikonasana. Along with that, there's nice asana named Parivratta Trikonasana, just twisting into it. Again, the stance of the leg is less than before. So first we can again get as our elbows wide stance. Elbows are above the ankles, ankles are below the elbows. Turning the right toes out, left toes, and push the right hip back, left hip forward, long spine. Set your right palm on the sacrum and stabilizes it, right hip back, left forward. And left palm may go to your shin ankle, or it goes down to the side of your right foot. Then push your right hip back, left hip forward, and place your left palm outside the right foot, or any option which works for you, wherever you feel good balance. Maintaining that, roll the right shoulder up. You may raise your right arm up and look up. Breathe and be stable. Then slowly returning back, turning the right toes and left toes out. Push the right hip back, left, right hip forward, left hip back, long spine. And this time, left palm on the sacrum with long spine, right palm down on either side of your left foot, on ankle or by the side. Long spine. Roll the left shoulder up, left arm up, stretch and lengthen the spine, balancing and be present. Keep your legs engaged, keep the spine long and free, open arms. Breathe and be present. Very gently returning out of the pose. Again, great benefits. The legs get strong, arms get better as we go deeper, and then the twist, it helps reduce the abdominal, the extra fat around the waist. Again, it affects our nervous system, balances, sense of balance and connection to ourself. And a better digestion, a better digestive system comes with the practice of this asana, Parivratta Trikonasana.